SuperBob! Hello everybody and welcome to SuperBob Plays. Today's game is going to be the Stanley Parable. I know this is a bit of an older game, but it's a huge favorite of mine. This is a huge narration-driven game, so there'll be points where I'm trying to say something and I'm going to get cut off by the narrator. So just giving you guys a heads up, if I don't finish a thought or something like that, bear with me. I'll do my best to keep it going. Alright, so with that in mind, let's go ahead and hit that begin game button.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This
Sounds
is what employee
so
427 did every day, of every month, of every year. And although others might have
Hey, as long as you get that paycheck, though.
Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Yes!
No one had showed up to give him instructions.
Must have been
call
senior
a
skip
meeting,
day or something,
or
right?
even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something
Maybe it was a surprise day off.
Wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
So now we're in control. There we go. I tried my best to keep quiet. There's a few times where, through that whole spiel, I had to say something. Alright, so, like I said, 427. Alright, let's see what's going on. I mean, honestly, if I was Stanley, I would be happy. Because, hey, I'm still here. I get a paycheck. Give me that money.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay. This one desk confuses me so much. Okay, you're employee number 432. You've got a nice little cubicle. Everyone else around you has a computer. You have a pencil sharpener. That's your job? It's just to sharpen pencils all day? Well, at least I've got a lamp too. Oh my god, no wonder why he's like gnawed on his desk. I'd be going crazy. Alright. Oh, no one is here. Why is your computer still on? There we go. Turn you off. I don't know if that actually does anything, turning off the computers. I just always like to press them. Must turn you off. Alright, hey, 420.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
But I wanted to have fun with it. Okay. 417. Nothing? Okay. 416. 415. Well, that looks like an exciting room. Damn, all the way over there goes from 483, it looks like? Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, we're gonna follow what the narrator says for now. For now. Anarchy mode will be engaged soon, though, so, yeah.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you, take it out passive-aggressively, resent coworkers for not supporting you more, and then let it all ball up inside of you. Ooh, broom closet. Whoa, that was weird.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Maybe I don't want to. I like this broom closet. I'm just gonna sit here, see what he says.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Right? Look at this. You got a monkey wrench, a random
It was
hose.
baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
I love angering the narrator.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing
Yes.
around doing nothing? Why?
Yes.
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Because look, there's a monkey wrench. There's a set of pliers. Looks like a stapler gun.
You do
Staple gun.
realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
But I like angering you, Mr. Narrator.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom
Yes.
closet ending was my favourite."
It was my favorite.
Friends find this concerning. Stanley
does
was
this
fat and
say?
ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Hey, what's wrong with that, buddy? You don't know my life.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
I don't think I'm decomposing.
Anyone who happens to be nearby, the person at this computer is dead. He or
Totally.
she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
See, like, that's one thing I love about this game. There is an answer for everything. Like, oh, I just want to go stand in the broom closet. Oh, he gets upset about that, you know? Well, if you didn't want me to come in the broom closet, you shouldn't have made it possible. I was just gonna walk out, but then, I mean, I've done this room before, but I never heard all of that narrative. Pretty much, you know, saying that I smell and I'm fat. I've never heard that before. It was pretty interesting. So, all right, but with that in mind, let's continue on with the story.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Mind you, what if this had actually happened like that?
Coming
What
to a
if I...
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, so we're going upstairs. That's the right way. All right, so we're going to see the boss. No? Okay. But yeah, imagine if there had been a second player that just had walked up in here and was all like, huh, let me just go ahead and pick this up and play. Oh, that's not working. Oh, no bathroom. But I really had to go. I really need to go, sir. Let me in. Alright. Close you door. No. Jeez, every other door likes to close behind me. The one time I try and close something, it just says no. Okay. Wow. Nope. No. I was hoping there was another computer that I could turn off. Okay. Boom, boom, boom.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay. Ooh. Yeah. See, I wish I could see a little bit better. Oh well. Ooh. This is so metal.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Ooh. Alright, let's go.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
But what about that? Oh, we've still got to check that out later.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Do we get ESPN? Because I'd be happy with that. Or at least, like, you know, some Looney Tunes or something. Oh, let's go see what's over here. Let's turn this sucker on. Camera.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Freedom meant nothing. Holy jeez. Okay, so even though you get fired still, they still follow you around? Because I know there was 2 that said fired. Yeah, there's fired, there's fired. And where's what was I? 427. I think that's, yeah, that's my place. Over here. Yeah, I recognize my coffee cup. Yep. Okay, let's see what's going on. Else is going on out here.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had
That one looks
Stanley really
different,
been
though.
under
It's not
someone's control
fired.
all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yeah, see, that one's like blue. That looks so weird.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even
Totally
possible?
was.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Well, if I was blind before, I will be now with all these bright lights. Ugh.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Ooh, here we go. Okay. So what do we got here? Mind controls idle, awaiting input. So I can turn it off, or I can turn it back on. What should we do? I've been a good boy this entire episode, So I think that it's time for me to engage anarchy mode.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
I wanted to just be back.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape
I don't know
it to
where to
your
go.
heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Holy crap.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or
Yeah.
did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a
Holy
big
crap.
boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully?
Do they all say this?
Make it count.
Goodbye, goodbye,
It's
holy
all the
crap.
same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Oof. Holy crap. Well, that was an extremely twisted ending. We'll know not to push that one button next time. That's going to be it for this video. if you like the video, please hit that like button. If you feel like I missed something, please comment down below. And of course, if you're liking these videos, all of them all together, please hit that subscribe button. That's how you can, watch more stuff like this. As always, my name's SuperBob. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.